Unfortunately, Molly can't be with us this morning, and this is a very emotional thing for me to be doing, so bear with me. This is Molly's speech, not mine, so please bear with the way it's written, and as it's not actually coming from me. Netball family, I am delighted to make my report on the activities of the International Netball Federation to you today. The largest ever face-to-face gathering of members. We're welcoming 51 nations here to the Liverpool Arena and Convention Centre 2 days before the opening ceremony of the Vitality Netball World Cup 2019. We are live streaming the Congress for the first time, so welcome to those who are watching our proceedings around the world. In 2014, when I gave my first address to a special meeting of Congress in Singapore, there were delegates from 20 countries. Some of you are here again today. By 2005, we had appointed a CEO and 25 members were represented at Congress. At that time, IFNA, as we were then known, was making some significant changes to the governance structure to make the world governing body more streamlined and effective in its administration of the sport. Here we are in 2019, once again, our agenda includes changes to our governance structure. A desire for continuous improvement is what makes us a strong sport and recognised globally for our positive impact. It gives me great pleasure to reflect on the highlights since we met in 2017 in Gaborone, Botswana, for our fabulous Netball World Youth Cup. New Zealand were crowned winners and were the first to take home our lovely new trophy. The matches were live streamed around the world, reaching nearly 4 million people, and INF was shortlisted for a prestigious BT Sports Industry Award for our digital-first social media campaign. The Netball World Youth Cup was the first event where we appointed a welfare and safeguarding officer, Malibo Radetladi, here today as president of the Botswana Netball Association. They led the groundbreaking Safe Sport program. This initiative was supported by the Norwegian Olympic and Paralympic Committee, and we are so grateful for the expertise of Diane Huffman and the financial support for the role and the programs. Malibo will be presenting at Congress tomorrow, and you will learn how it impacted the event. The Netball World Cup 2019 has appointed Danielle Lewis-Collins, who is working across the event to oversee the welfare of all participants. Committed to the ongoing development of this fast and furious version of netball, and we are looking forward to debating the future with you over the next few weeks. Sorry about that. The first half of 2018 was dominated by the Commonwealth Games Gold Coast. 12 teams qualified on the basis of their INF World Ranking. The games were thrilling and many were settled by just 1 or 2 goals. England Netball narrowly beat Jamaica in their semi-final to make their first ever final in this event. Jamaica then triumphed over New Zealand to take bronze. The final was hotly contested by England and Australia, with England narrowly clinching the win in the final seconds of the match. The reaction to this win has been remarkable. This image made the front page of the national newspapers, and the pundits, sport media and fans are no longer talking about the strength of netball in Australia and New Zealand. Now we have contenders for the medals from each of our 5 regions. This change has been building over the years, but is reaching a tipping point and coming at a time when the sports world is waking up to women in sport. Our players are being recognised for their skill and commitment. Our teams are winning accolades and are constantly in the limelight. The world of netball is changing at a national level as well. Players are scouted from teams around the world to play in top national leagues. This year we counted over 40 imports playing in the Suncorp Super Netball and the ANZ Championships and the Vitality Netball Super League. They come from countries such as Uganda, Trinidad and Tobago, South Africa, Scotland, demonstrating that with the right support, world-class netballers may emerge from the talent from any nation. We as the governing body must recognise the challenges and pressure that this change puts on our players, our volunteers and support structures. The responsibility of being an effective governing body are much broader than defining the rules of the game and creating a World Cup. We must work closely with you and our members to lead and manage this change to the benefit of all our participants. We have to look hard at what is right for our sport, for women, girls, men and boys who play, coach, officiate and administer netball around the world. Together we must create safe, supportive environments where our players will thrive and perform to the best of their ability. We must inspire and nurture our young players, protect them from harm, protect them from injury and help them cope with the pressures of becoming elite athletes. Our focus on day 2 of the Congress is to consider the aforementioned topics within the broader theme of governance in action. We begin by considering player and participation welfare and well-being. Julie Harrington, CEO of British Cycling, will be speaking about the governance role in tackling bullying and discrimination. And Malibu Raditali will describe how the Safe Sport program in the Netball World Cup 2017 provided support to young players and volunteers. Our second topic is injury prevention, and we will be showcasing 2 of our members' programs, Netball Smart program and the Knee program from New Zealand and Australia respectively. Finally, we hear from one of our greats, Australian defender Shani Layton, who will share her story and her views on how sport must support its players. Now an Aussie Rules football player, she will reflect on her career, the highs and the lows. I hope tomorrow's program will leave you inspired and ready to take action. This is my opportunity to thank all those who have supported the INF over the past 2 years. To my board for their wisdom, enthusiasm and dedication. To our committee, working group and panel members. To our officiating community who are solidly on their journey towards world class. To our staff at the Secretariat in Manchester and in Africa, who I am delighted are all at Congress today to meet you. We are so grateful to our sponsors and partners, to Gilbert, our official ball supplier, to UK Sport and to the IOC, to our friends at the Commonwealth Games. Thank you for creating such a great platform to promote our sport. We are excited about Birmingham 2022 and what that will bring. We are excited about the Vitality Netball World Cup, Liverpool will be fabulous hosts, and I'm certain that the competition will not disappoint. To borrow from a certain Beatle, no need to imagine anymore. The qualifiers held in Perth, Scotland, Auckland, New Zealand, Kampala, Zambia, Bridgetown, Barbados and Singapore were hotly contested. It was great that our netball fans around the world were able to watch all the qualifiers for the first time. Well done to the hosts for ensuring those games were live streamed despite all the challenges this must have brought you. Increasing the visibility of netball requires investment, but I believe they are beginning to reap the benefits. Net 2019, the Netball World Cup 29 Legacy program, has been supporting 2 of our developing nations, Zambia and Argentina. Thank you to England Netball and UK Sport for delivering such worthwhile schemes. Today we will receive the report from the board by our CEO and our Finance Director on progress of the 9 goals set out in the Netball 2020 strategic plan. We are nearly at the end of our plan, and it is good to see how we measure up on the goals set in 2016. We will hear from Netball Fiji about their exciting plans for the Netball World Cup in Suva in 2021, and from Netball South Africa regarding NWC 2023, which will be held in the beautiful town of Cape Town. Our netballers are so lucky to travel to such lovely places. This afternoon we are joined by governance expert Roland Jack from iTrust Sport, who will share with you the results of the INF governance benchmarking study and how we shaped up in relation to other international federations. We continue our governance reforms by proposing changes to our articles. I urge you to support these reforms, which embed changes recommended by the board to ensure our governing body is in keeping with good practice. We have a number of interesting agenda items from our members to consider, and we look forward to a healthy debate. Molly's final statement is, thank you for all attending and for your support over the years. Netball has created choices for me. It has enabled me to follow my dreams, to travel the world, meet the most interesting and inspiring people. Let's hear some more netball stories and celebrate the joy that is netball. Thank you.